How much do you appreciate the short field your defense set you up on tonight?
Oh, it's especially a game where you've got maybe a little disadvantage of wind, and once you get the wind in your face, you're gonna have a little bit of a challenge. So to be able to score quickly in that first quarter was a tremendous advantage for us, and I'm very happy with the last week. It was more creating turnovers, if you will, in the punting game. We're forcing the other team to punt so quickly that we're getting the ball back. This week it was actually taking the ball away from that offense and creating short fields. And I think the thing we improved upon this week is our ability to score in the green zone, as we call it, red zone for most people. That was a tremendous improvement for us offensively, and I was very happy with the way we started that first quarter.
You talk a little bit about what you've seen out of John here now over 2 games. It seems to be moving the ball well, running and throwing. And just kind of everything seems to be clicking there.
Yeah, I think the thing that probably impresses me the most, I know he can run. And, I have my battles with him on the sideline about how he's running sometimes, like my son, But I know he can run. The thing I think is most impressive right now is how he's throwing the ball. And you saw some of the throws into the wind today. We're asking him to do some difficult things, sprint to his left and throwing a ball 25, 30 yards downfield. He's putting it on the money and giving our guys an opportunity to make a play. And that's going to make our offense successful if we can keep some balance there.
Kris, can you talk just a little bit about the defense through this game and 2 games and your ability to set up our ability to take the ball away today that really set you guys up?
Well, we always, our defensive coaches always preach getting to the ball, and even if we're in our drills and it's an incomplete pass, we still scoop it up. So it just gets that mentality of just getting after the ball.
And John, if you could talk about in the first quarter, they caused 3 turnovers. How nice is it to have just that short of a field to work with?
It's an offensive dream come true to have defense give you the ball at that good of field position every time. And we have the faith that they're going to do the 3 and out or a turnover every time they're out there.
Kris, every defense talks about we want to turn the ball, we want to create turnovers. But how do you guys do that in practice?
Just being aggressive. Like I said, just getting to the ball. Just, first guy wraps the guy up, the next guy's coming in and rip at the ball. Just gets out. It's just aggressiveness, basically.
So get a little pissed off in practice when the boys are doing that, ripping at the ball like that, trying to create turnovers?
Not really. Coach gets after the defense for attacking the offense a little bit. We do a lot of skelly drills, so they can't really hit us. They're not allowed to. But I don't know. It's good competition going against a really good defense every practice and getting ready for games.
It's really been a continuation of spring football where you do get a chance to compete a little bit more and the guys get after one another to a greater extent. And, in fall we have to back off a little bit, kind of make sure that the contact's probably not as fierce. Which probably frustrates the defensive guys a little bit and frustrates the offensive guys to some extent at certain positions. But I think our defensive coaches do a great job of preaching, taking the ball away, and then doing something with it. I think one difference this year that I've seen with our guys is last year it seemed like there were 15 balls that we'd try and scoop up 3 guys and we couldn't get it. And they've really made a point of emphasis of developing confidence with our guys, being able to scoop fumbles up and actually try and score on defense. And you could see a lot of that aggressiveness today.
John, how important do you think it was to you guys had the win right away to get those 17 points on the board while you had the win?
I think it was very important for us. It helped build our confidence because I think we were all pretty embarrassed about how our game went last week on the offensive side of the ball, and we really wanted to come out and make a statement this game and put some points on the board.
Coach, talk about the winning condition. Does that alter your game plan at all offensively to focus more on the run?
The only thing it altered is our first play of the game was that double post route out of max protection. And I approached John right before the game and said, hey, if we end up having first quarter into the wind, I might have to change that call. And I think he agreed. He's got a strong arm, but that would have been pretty difficult to get that post route downfield into that wind. So couldn't have worked out more perfectly with everything we had structured with our scripted plays to have the wind at our back and be able to attack the way we wanted to attack.
John, do you feel good about what through 2 games where you guys are offensively, just considering a couple of new faces in there?
Yeah, I think we got a little better this week and progressed from the way we played on offense last week. A lot more structurally sound, I guess, and really moved the ball well in the entire game, really, and put some points on the board.
Kris, can you talk a little bit about certainly your biggest challenge next week of the season, and where you guys are confidence-wise going into a pretty big game?
Yeah, we're defense is definitely really confident in how we can play right now. Last year against St. Cloud, I'd say it's kind of embarrassing how we played. So we're definitely going to want to show them that we're not going to let that happen again, especially since we're playing at their house again. We just got to make a point that we're not going to let them push us around basically like we did last year.
Coach, can you just talk about through 2 games? I mean, you guys certainly done what you needed to do. You've done it pretty well, but that's a pretty big test coming up as well. How do you feel about things?
Well, as I told the guys afterwards, it wouldn't matter who we're playing. Enjoy the victory tonight, and we're right back to work on Sunday, and our goal again is to go 1-0. There's no doubt this is a big rivalry for us. We have competition drills every day at the start of our practice, and they're called Husky drills for a reason. We want our guys to focus on this rivalry. It's important. But in the same line, we want to make sure that our guys are doing the things they need to do to make themselves better, to make our offense better, to make our defense better, to make special teams better. So we'll go back and watch this tape, and I hope we have just as much improvement in this next week as we did this previous week, and I think we'll be fine if that happens.
Anything else, you guys? No? All good? Good to go? Thanks very much.
Thank you.